Morning, everyone. It's May 13th, and we've had a solid week of rain here. And this is our first morning in a week that we've had the sun come up. It's been raining terribly down here. So we're going to go ahead and get a good start on spraying our vegetable plants with some copper fungicide. We want to get a jump on this before we end up with a bunch of blight issues down here in southern Mississippi. The humidity's really high, a lot higher than where we were in Indiana. And the rain down here is a lot more intense for a lot longer period of time. So we're learning it. But we're going to try to get the cucumbers, the tomatoes, the strawberries, and potatoes all sprayed this morning with this copper fungicide to help with a lot of the diseases that we're pretty well sure we're going to get down here. You see there's the strawberries and the potatoes, and I'm doing it early in the morning. Let me show you. The sun's just now coming up. It ain't even got up over the trees. I think it's about 7 o'clock. So I'm trying to do this early. I don't like spraying my stuff with anything, my plants with anything in the heat of the day. And what I've got there is just a regular old garden sprayer. Now it's the Roundup brand, but there's never any Roundup been put in that. I don't use Roundup. But what I've done is I've marked on the side of the sprayer 1 gallon and 2 gallons. So it's a 2-gallon sprayer, a little more, but I really only use 2 gallons of water in it when I spray. And the only thing I spray out of it is fungicides out of this sprayer. I've got another sprayer I do spray for bugs with, but it's dedicated just for that. And I take a Sharpie marker and I mark on my sprayers what it's used for so I don't get mixed up. Because you don't want to be putting something deadly on your garden plant. So I'd advise you to mark your sprayers or use a different brand. But that's just what they had down here when we bought our sprayer. So we're going to use this copper fungicide for disease control. And I was using Fungineal, but it's not rated for some of the plants we use. But this copper fungicide, it's just a liquid concentrate. I think we got it on the Lowe's website. They didn't have it in the store in this size, so we ordered online, and we had to run up to the store and pick it up. So we're going to go ahead and get it mixed up. I'll show you how I do it. I use on the directions here for all your vegetable plants. It says you can use a 1/2 ounce up to 2 ounces per gallon of water. And with this being our first spray, we're going to go on the light side and just use a 1/2 ounce of this concentrate to 1 gallon of water. I've already got the water in there on the 1 gallon line. And we're going to start off small and see how it does. We don't want to overdo them from the get-go. Let me shake this up. And I'll show you what we got here. It'll pick it up. Let me see where we're at there. You can see this stuff is blue. So we'll go ahead and put 1 tablespoon. Which is a 1/2 ounce. For 1 gallon. And I will add a little more rainwater. That's what I got in my sprayer. I set some buckets out and I caught a lot of rainwater. So we'll just wash the rest of that off of that spoon. There we go. Had to get my top to my sprayer. So we'll just tighten that up. Pump that up. And on this sprayer, we've got a couple different settings. We got a stream setting. That's what I use to get into the top of those peach trees over there. But I'm just going to use the cone. We've got stream and cone and fan. I use the cone because I can get underneath the leaves and on top of the leaves real easy. Let's see. Let me shake this stuff up. There we go. So we'll go ahead and try to stand you up, let you see what we got going on here. Those are our cucumber plants. We'll go ahead and get a little bit on the cucumber plants. All right. That's a nice little start on those. Now we'll turn you around to our tomatoes here. Like I say, apologize for it being so dark. I'm just trying to get this stuff on here before the sun comes up because it's supposed to be in the high 80s today. And I never spray my stuff in the middle of the day or when the sun's up and we got high temperatures. I try to do it early in the morning. Let me go back here. All right, that was the first 4 tomatoes. Now we are growing halcinators that are very disease resistant, and we're growing some black brandywine, which is an heirloom, so I don't know how they're going to do down here, but we're going to go ahead and get this spray on these guys, and I'll probably spray once a week for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then just stop, and then when the rains come in here again, because I know we're going to get more, we're in the rainy season down here, we'll let it rain and get the rain out of here, and we'll spray them again. So we'll go ahead and get some on this other row and these Marconi peppers down here. right, there's all the tomatoes and the cucumber plants done. Now we're going to spray these potatoes. We got two different varieties. We got Sarpomira and we got Red La Rosa. So we'll get these sprayed too, just to stay ahead of the diseases down here if we get any. Okay, now we're going to turn you around and we're going to go do some of these strawberry plants. These are all our strawberries we brought with us from Indiana. And then these are the plants we've taken off of those, and we still have runners coming out. So we'll be planting a lot of strawberry plants this year, but we're going to go ahead and get them sprayed because we don't want no issues. Now, we're trying to get ahead of the game and be early, but as you can see here on this strawberry plant, you see that red spot on that leaf? That's a leaf spot. I believe that's the name of the disease. So with all these rains, I'm just now seeing it starting to come out on the plant. So we'll keep spraying these guys and try to stay ahead of this stuff because we don't want that infesting the plant. I don't think it hurts your strawberries, but it does get on your leaves. And we're just going to, preventative measures go a long way. We try to spray early. Instead of seeing the stuff and then spray, we try to stay ahead of it, but I was a little late on these strawberry plants. So we're going to go ahead. We got these sprayed, so we're going to go ahead and spray these now. Let me see if I can get them, about all of them. All right. There we go. Now I've got a little bit of, let me go ahead and pull these over. Here's our black diamond watermelon plants. I got them on this little two-wheel dolly as a cart because I'm slowly acclimating them out into the sunshine. When we bought these plants, they were inside under nursery shade cloth, and we just got our shade cloth in the mail for let me see, our trellis here. But I got to get another cattle panel right there on those T-posts, and then we're going to top them off like we did that over there. And then we can lay the shade cloth across that. But these aren't under anything, so I got to move them around because in the heat of the day, they wilt down pretty hard until I can slowly acclimate them out into the sunshine and get them used to full sun. So we'll spray these guys too. Spray around the top of the pot because I did put that mulch on top of those from the garden out there from the other side of the house. We do have more over there to spray. Cucumbers. I had some extra plants, so I just stuck them up on the barbed wire fence over there, planted them right in front of the fence, and I'm going to use that as a trellis. But we'll get to those later on. Sun's already on them, so we'll go ahead and get them here in a few minutes. And let me see if I can pause the video here.